Welcome into the Business on Purpose podcast. Scott Beebe, your host, the head coach, and the chief liberator, trying to liberate you from the chaos of working in your business. At the time of this recording, it is the new year. And in the new year, we always have thoughts of forecasting, budgeting, what we're going to do better this year, how we interact with our team, how we engage with our team, how our team's going to engage with the process, how we serve customers, new products, new services, new things we're going to do better. We promise that we're going to be more profitable this year, that we're going to increase in revenue this year, that we're going to, and on and on and on, right? And so that's where our mind begins to go. And we start to ask ourselves, okay, the business is getting maybe bigger this year, maybe the business is getting a bit more complex this year, or maybe the business is kind of downsizing this year, whatever that looks like. And so we have to ask ourselves the question, I want to engage my team members. I want them to be an actively involved with what we do, because it's so crucial, it's so key. But I'm so bad at recognizing people, and I realize that they like it, but sometimes, dang it, I just think that's weak when people need to be recognized, patted on the back for that's why I pay them a salary. It's just do their job. Isn't it good enough for them to just do their job? I hope as I'm saying this out loud, your mind is kind of telling you, yeah, I get it, Scott. That is kind of a maybe a bit of a narrow-minded, mean-spirited way to look at it. The compensation you're paying them is to do their job. It still doesn't take away from the fact that they're human beings. And we as human beings like certain things that are non-monetary. Because the reality is, we know that money only gets us so much. We do know inherently that money's not going to buy us all the things we think ultimately it's going to buy us. We know it'll buy us a car, and it'll buy us a house, and a candy bar, and a pair of earrings. But it's not going to buy us longevity in terms of joy. It's not even going to buy us longevity with our health. It may buy us a few years, but it's not going to buy us eternity. It's not going to buy us ultimate satisfaction. In fact, we've seen it over and over and over again. The more you get, the more miserable many people are. So that argument is it's kind of dead in the water. Well, I'm paying them, well, let's try something different this year. Chip and Dan Heath wrote a great book called The Power of Moments. I might be referencing it from time to time here over the coming podcast. It's such a powerful thing. And they made reference to a study that said that one survey found that the top reason people leave their jobs is a lack of praise and recognition. The top reason that people leave their jobs is a lack of praise and a lack of recognition. Think about that. It's not a lack of money. And so then the question immediately goes to us as business owners, well, my goodness, how can I programmatically deliver recognition in order to maintain stasis within the minds of our team members so that they'll stay? And yet still, when I say it out loud, I think we inherently know that's the wrong question to ask. A better question is, how can I shift my mindset to deliver what I know my people need? And that's for me as the business owner, and for leadership to look at that human being in the face, in the eyes, through handwritten, as whatever it looks like, and just simply say thank you. Thank you. My goodness, I cannot say thank you enough. And so I thought of a little something of you. Would you rather give somebody $10,000, or would you rather have found a signed autographed copy of their favorite artist? And there's only one of those in the world. Some people might say, give me the $10,000. Let's make it a little bit more reasonable. Would you rather give $300 in cash, or would you rather give something that nobody will ever be able to take away from them? Can I programmatically deliver recognition? And I think we know the answer to that. On the surface is no. The recognition part of it, no. The remembering part of it, absolutely. The reminders to say, hey, remember this month I want you to focus on Cindy or Tim or whoever, and make sure you appreciate them this month. That reminder is thoughtfulness. That's intentionality. And then the recognition comes in is that you're going to give everybody a company watch after they've been there 5 years. Why don't we shift that and say, you know what, when it's somebody's turn to be 5 years, we're going to find out who they are, what they like. And you might say, well, my goodness, my company has too many people for that. Well, somebody is always the point person for somebody else. So who is that point person? Who is the immediate supervisor, the manager? And when you find out that person, let them think through the recognition. Because recognition that is personalized, that is intentional, my goodness, that's a powerful, powerful form of recognition. And so you might say, well, how do you deliver personal recognition when your scale, the size of your businesses, focuses you to be programmatic? That's where you've got to go back to the mindset where everything is local. Everything is local. Find the most localized person that's in context of the person who needs to be recognized and allow them to provide the recognition. Just offer a budget. Say, hey, here's $50, $100, $20, whatever that looks like. Go be creative and do something that values who they are. We're not great at that. I'm trying to get better at that. This year, we did videos with my family for our team. And just did that and bid them a Merry Christmas. I told them personally how much I appreciate them, some specific words for them that were unique to them. And that was one of the ways that we showed appreciation for them during the Christmas season. So that's just one way. Does it work? I don't know. But the reality is, as I've said before, that's the play we're calling right now. The thing I want to encourage you to do is don't over-programatize your recognition, and instead programatize the reminders and personalize the recognition. I hope that helps you. And the bottom line is, if you can go write out a process for that, in terms of get a calendar out and say, hey, this day of this month, I'm going to recognize so-and-so. And then maybe twice a year you're recognizing everybody, but you're doing it individually in front of each other. Whatever that looks like for you and however it fits your team. Personalize the recognition, programatize the follow-up and the reminders. I hope that gives you some clarity on how to bring value and recognition to the team, because remember, the number one reason people leave is not because of pay, it's because of a lack of appraise and recognition. And that's what we need to be able to do, is speak kind words and thoughtful words and intentional words. I hope this helps you live out your business on purpose. We'll see you next time right here on the podcast.